Good Monday afternoon to you, everyone. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. Welcome to the show. I, of course, am the first and only the Dungeon Delver, Bill Sylvie, coming to you live. Hey, get back up there. There you go. Coming to you live, loud and clear, on a Monday afternoon. But I guess you guys could hear the music in the opening. That is what the music is now. That is one of my favorite short pieces by Bach. It is short enough that it fits with a little bit of modification into the opening sequence. The modified opening sequence is not the final product. I just wanted to put something in there, and I wanted to be able to put that in front of you guys and see how it goes. But apparently it works. I don't see anyone saying that they couldn't hear it or that why is this longer when there's still no music, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. Rob Turner says, is it wrong that I want it in harpsichord? No, it's not wrong. I'm just not going to put it in harpsichord. It's going to be in piano. Robert, also, the plumbing is holding up. Thank you very much. But let me say hello. First of all, let me say hello to Lifted Creation. I don't think we've seen you around here before. Not saying you haven't seen the show before, but just I haven't seen you in the chats before. The House Game. Good to see you. Welcome. I haven't popped the YouTube balloon just yet. Your first sub. Well, thank you very much. Everybody look at what the House Game is doing and copy that. And click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and you will find out when my little thing that I do here goes live, when I release little videos and everything else. So if you would, please, I would appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're watching this at some point down the line, leave a comment down below. But anyway, so earlier today, was it earlier today or was it last night? I don't remember. I think it was earlier today. I released the opening credits. So, well, you know what? Before I get into that, let's do the needful things that I have to do. This video is brought to you by me, by Bill Sylvie, by the Dungeon Delver. We have a merch link in the video description. You can get some absolutely amazing looking merch with art by Tracy Lesh on it. It's got the Delver's Dungeon logo. Tracy did that as kind of a tribute to his dungeon board game artwork. Yes, Tracy did the first artwork for the dungeon board game ever, and he kind of revisited that when he did the logo. So please, 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 if you would, consider getting a t-shirt, a mug, a pint glass, a hat, a canvas print. I think we have mouse pads. I know we have hoodies, that sort of thing. So please check out our merch. And of course, it's brought to you by Crom, the character record organization, manager software. It is the last word in first edition character creation, not just character creation, because everybody, anybody can go out there. You can roll 4d6 and discard the lowest and write them in whatever order you want to. If you're an automation person, you can go out and you can find, I think Dragon's Foot has a character generator, but let me preach the gospel of Crom to you. See, unlike Robert E. Howard's Crom, my Crom does care about you. You can create characters of any race, class, alignment combo allowed in the 1E Player's Handbook. Then you can level that character up. You can buy equipment for that character. You can drain levels from that character. You don't just have to limit your leveling to milestone. You can add XP in individual lots. You can dual class human characters or half elves if they're on their way to becoming bards. You can change alignment. You can age them. You can tinker with their stats. You can do all of this. You can buy, or rather, you can sell gems and jewelry. You can generate high-level magic users or illusionists, and it will auto-generate their spell books for them. Crom does all of this, and it saves your characters in HTML or text format. It also saves a JSON file, which is attached to those. So you can trade your Crom characters between friends. You're like, hey, look at my paladin. I rolled up all 18s. Completely believable. Because Crom has not just the standard 4 methods, but a 5th method for custom stat input. You want to find out if your character is potentially psionic? Crom does that too, and it will generate disciplines for your character. So consider Crom for your AD&D game. Guys, it takes me like 5 minutes to generate a fully fleshed out character at any level. At any level. Crom is your go-to, guys. It is your Guardo Camino, your road guard for character creation. It is $25, and that entitles you to any and all future updates. So please, please consider picking up a copy of Crom. Where can you get it? Shoot me an email. We make the deal via PayPal. I shoot you the download link. It's that simple. And then you become a forever customer of Crom. So I hope you will consider that. So with that said, let's talk about stuff that's going on. Doc missed the intro music. Was it popular? I don't know. You guys out in the audience, you tell me if you liked it. But when I was putting it together, so I know nothing about music sequencing. The last time I did serious music sequencing was I used to screw with samples and instruments on Amiga mod files back in the early 1990s. So I'm talking 30 years ago. So I could not stand having no music for the intro anymore. And I thought about what I'd like to have. So what I settled on for now, and I want to emphasize that, that's what I settled on for now. It will change again in the future. I have future plans for the intro, but I wanted placeholder music. I wanted something up there for the time being. So I thought, okay, Invention 13, it's like 1 minute and 3 seconds long. I can pad out the video a little bit, and you guys can put up with 20, excuse me, you guys can put up with 20 extra seconds on the intro. I did a little slideshow thing. I'm going to shoot some proper B-roll for it later, but it's there. So I was not going to run the risk of coming in and being like, oh, and I can't use this either because it's not public domain. I downloaded the MIDI file for Invention 13. It sounded terrible. It sounded like it was being played on a toy piano. So I asked around, and there's some program, LMMV or something like that, TLDR, WABC. I don't know what it's called. I think it's LMMV or LMMS. And following some simple-ish instructions, I loaded it in there. And then I went and I found a grand piano instrument file, and I loaded it in there. What I didn't understand was there's a part 1 and a part 2 of the music. I just thought it was just all notes. So I loaded the instrument in, but I only copied it onto the first part. And because there was no instrument for the second part, even though when I played it, it played it for both parts. When it saved it, it didn't save it for both parts. So I saved it. I stuck it on the video. I put the video together. I uploaded the video. And then folks were, Kabuki Kid was like, is the left hand dead? I was like, I don't know what you mean. So I went back and listened to it, and I was like, well, that's awful. So I went in and I loaded it back in. And then when I had an MP3 file, when I exported it out to MP3, then I did, Doc, I actually loaded it into Audacity. And I slowed down the tempo just a little bit, like 0.5%, like 0.5%. I slowed down the tempo just a little bit because I thought it's a little too frantic. I wanted it a little bit slower. It increased the runtime by like 2 seconds, if that gives you an idea of what a slower tempo for it was. But then I also didn't want to have like a 4-minute intro. So once that was done, I output it again as MP3. I did the little cut and paste of the images with the fade transition between. And that's what you guys see in the opening credits. The music is only a placeholder. The music is only a placeholder. I want something that better represents. I want something that is more like Summer Mountains, which I can never ever use or play again. I want something folksier and betterer sounding. But Bach will do for now. And as far as the video, the fade transitions on the images is placeholders. I'm going to shoot actual footage. I'm going to get the 4K camera, the DSLR going again, and do that. If I thought I could get away with that, Gonzalo, if I could get like a 40-second or 1-minute sample of Stonehenge and not be destroyed by UMG or WMG, yes, I would do that. I would do that. Stonehenge, where the demons dwell. So that was the saga of the music today. It wasn't too horribly onerous working on it last night. Just the little thing with not having the instrument loaded into both channels. I don't know. Do you guys out there, like, I use Cubase. I used Audacity. I use it. I don't know what any of that shit is. So, but for the time being, that's what I've got. And I hope you guys like it. I will do better video. That Hobbit album from the 70s, Goblin Town. Are you suggesting I use Goblin Town? See, here's the thing. I have that on LP. That is a Buena Vista Records production, which means it belongs to Disney. You guys pushing Eternal Champions on me. Bilba. Oh, if I thought I could do that. Oh, if I thought I could do that. Acoustic folk rock guitar and mandolin is what I'm after. Just a lot of horse moaning noise. You guys with the suggestions are killing me. So let's talk about something else, because some of you guys might have missed this, and I want to hello again, the house game. As part of it, Thomas, as I might. But so last week I made a decision about the GWOC, the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. The GWOC will be April 9th through the 12th this coming year. This week, I am probably going to open it up. Right now, you can go to you guys can go to the Discord and sign up for GWOC and sign up and start putting games in the grid. I literally don't care. All I ask is that you adhere to the 12-hour schedule in 4-hour blocks. Like, don't start your game at noon, 4, 8, or midnight Eastern Standard Time. Figure out when that is for you. And even if you know in your heart of hearts your game's going to run 1 hour, 37 minutes, 18 seconds, block out 4 hours for it. It's all on Discord. It's all on Discord. It's all just available right there. So everything you need to do is on the GWOC Discord. But we are playing April 9th through April 12th. I'm not pushing it deep into the summer again. I'm just not. And if you're curious, I will share that Discord channel with you guys. That is not the Discord. That's a Discord, but that's not the Discord I want. That's the Discord. Oh, we're streaming. I get it. Come on. It's not letting me do that. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there you guys go. You can go to the Discord. You can sign up. You can play. You can be a game master. The only caveat, if you want to be a game master, is this. Let me know so I can set your permissions. Let me know so I can set your permissions. But it's right there in the chat, guys. That's the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. There is no fee for it. It is 100% free. There's no charge. You don't have to pay for badges or anything like that. I will do a video on how to create a game and link it And then you guys will be able to just jump right in and sign up. And if you want to be a game master, let me know. And then I'll set your game master permissions. And then everything else will be copacetic. So, and I should point out that's when the convention will be from now on. If it ever becomes an IRL convention, spoiler alert, it won't. But if it ever did, I would do it around those dates. I can't believe this is going to be the 5th Great Underground Online Gaming Convention coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Now, with all that said, by the way, welcome our new $10 member. I want to welcome the House Game. Thank you, the House Game, for becoming a patron. I really appreciate that. Bob Gnarly's Magic Man, hello. And that dovetails nicely into what I want to talk to you guys about next. Last Christmas, I did a giveaway. I did a gift giveaway last Christmas. I gave away 4 items, stuff that I had around the office here. New things, not just like, here's some dusty crap off my shelf you can have. We gave away a Jack's Arcade mini Pac-Man game. We gave away a Icons of the Realm classic Red Dragon mini. We gave away the Dungeons and Dragons cookbook, and we gave away a Mobile Suit Gundam model kit, the Mobile Sumo. Bob Gnarly, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your patronage as well. Excalibur, good to see you. I hope I have a nice week too, my friend. Did I give away the invisible horse escaped and is now terrorizing northeast Longwood. The invisible horse is long gone. But anyway, I wanted to I wanted to talk to you guys about what we're doing this Christmas. This holiday season, I am giving away 4 items again. We're not going to do them week to week. We're going to give all of them away on Christmas night. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver and I will have a special Christmas night live stream. We will spin a wheel, and through that, we will select the 4 people who will receive the gift. It's all the same gift. It's 4 of the same thing. It is tabletop gaming stuff, not related, not ancillary, not adjacent, not, if you squint, you could say, oh, I guess that's D&D. It is tabletop gaming items. And Rob Turner, yes, we're going to do the Advent again, but that's kind of separate from this. I'll come back and talk about the Advent in a second. It is an item that you will not have a chance to win again. I don't think. I'm going to show it to you guys on October the 1st. I will have one ready to show you guys. I will say, look here. This is something that you guys, I think most of you are going to want a chance at winning. I literally wish I could just say everybody who wants one, but I got to keep it to 4. I will show you on October the 1st on the live stream what it's going to be. I will do a reveal video also that's separate after the live stream. But, and I will tell you this, the contest is open to channel members and channel patrons. Channel members and channel patrons. If you want to become a member here on YouTube, I think right down here somewhere, if you look down there, there's a button you can click to do that. You can become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month. If you want to become a patron, that's the thriftier way. You can become a channel patron for as little as $1 a month. Now, here's the thing. You got to become a member by October 31st. If you want to wait till October 1st to see what it is before you pull that trigger, that's fine. But you have to become a member by October 31st. Because I don't think any of you guys would do it, but I just don't want some rando drive-by person becoming a member 5 minutes before I spin the wheel, they don't get it, and then they cancel their membership. I want it locked in by October 31st, so I have the list of names to put on the wheel. That will be frozen. If you become a member after that, or a patron after that, bless your heart and thank you. You will be in the credits of honor at the end, which are updated now, but now Bob Gnarly and Meet the House Game are members. So I literally will have to change that after today, after today's show. But gotta be a member by October 31st, not November 1st. If you're sitting there and you're watching the clock countdown and you've got 10 seconds left at, 11:59:49 on October 31st, I get to registering. DD, if you want a shot at this. So those will be revealed. That will be revealed, and it will be for patrons and channel members. We will spin the wheel. Currently, it is, I think you've got about a 1 in 70 chance. Oh, well, thank you, Bob Gnarly. You didn't have to become a member and a patron. You can just do one or the other. It's the same number of entries, and that's something else. 5 free shares of Hasbro stock. I'll send you a roll of toilet paper instead. But hello, a nerd's nerd. Good to see you. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. At that point, on October 1st, you'll see what it is. Now, someone had asked up the live stream about Advent for Christmas. Yes, we are doing a Christmas dice Advent. I'm super excited about it. I've got someone who is they're doing something super cool. They're making Christmas dice. If you win, please donate yours to a worthy person. Okay, Bob, when you see it, I'm not holding you to that. I'm not going to make it like, no, you said back on September 8th that you didn't want it. You're a patron, you're a channel member. And if your name comes up, if at that point you say, spin again and give it to somebody else, take my name off the wheel, that's up to you. I'm not going to hold you to that. The house game said it'll be back when ads stop. Are there like live ads on my live stream, guys? That was not my intention. That was not my intention. I'm not like trying to do that to annoy you guys. The house game, I apologize sincerely. That's YouTube. But anyway, so that's what's going on for the holiday season, guys. Don't miss that chance. As far as this week, what's going on this week? Oh, I got you, the house game. As far as what's going on this week, so tonight is or this afternoon is just me kind of kicking around with you guys and telling you what's going on in the week. Tomorrow night we live stream first edition AD&D. Now, what I mean by we're live streaming first edition AD&D is it's not like people are going to go, oh, we get to watch you play D&D. You're reaching for that critical role thing. No. What it is we actually play first edition AD&D. You guys get to watch and you get to participate by asking questions in the live stream chat. I will answer your first edition or our game specific related questions. But it is it is a lot of fun. And I want you guys to feel free to ask, comment. I'll see your comments. Guys, we don't rehearse. We don't do table reads. I don't have scripts that I hand out to people and say, well, Dooms, your paladin is really popular, so he's going to do this, this, and this. All right. We don't pretend to play AD&D. We play AD&D. So that's what's going to happen. Yes, Bob, that's true. That's true. I worked for Gary. I know a lot of the TSR alums. I am friends with Heidi Gygax and her equally charming husband, Eric Garland. Wonderful people both. But we're actually going to play AD&D for a couple of hours, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy that with us. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, Kyle is in the house. He's going to be running us through his post-apocalypse, I hope not zombie apocalypse, TTRPG. Yes, but yeah, that's the actual title right now. Thursday is open. I don't have a guest slotted for this Thursday. I hope for the following weeks I do. I'm thinking a deep dive on Thursday. There's a little module that involves a little manor on a hill overlooking a village that was written by Judges Guild. It's kind of popular. You guys might have heard of it. I've got a copy right up here. I think it might be time we deep dived that sucker. And then Friday, we're going to be right back to gameplay, but this time with Gamma World First Edition. We're going to be playing some classic Gamma World. And I am not going to do a stream Saturday. I did a stream, late night stream this past Saturday, which was fun. I loved hanging out with you guys. I was on till like 2, I think. St. Cuthbert's been reading ahead. Tegel Manor, that's right. I'm glad, Bob. You know, I'm here for you guys. That actually dips into the history of the show a little bit. But yeah, the late night live stream on Saturday was a lot of fun, and I could barely talk on Sunday because I talk 2-3 hours a night every night, and I really should give myself a rest for at least a couple of days, and then I come out and I do it. I don't know how musicians go, particularly like the heavy metal guys. You know, I'm mean, talking the real Cookie Monster vocals, you know, and they do like a show a night every night on a concert tour. Like they might do 11 shows and then take a day off. Like I do a 2 or 3 hours a night talking normally, and then I get to this point. Like today, I was just like, do it right there, you know. Hey Janie, you want to go to the dance with me? Is where things are. Voice coaches and lemons and don't talk at all. That sounds like a song title. That like an alt folk rock song title. Voice coaches and lemons, open parens, and don't talk at all, close parens. I'll say this. When I worked in a record store back before the earth cooled, and I used to read about like the biggest thing was Aretha Franklin canceled a show. And the reason she canceled the show was somebody turned on the air conditioner in her area behind the stage. And I was like, how entitled. My God, how petty, how ew, they turned on the air conditioner. Well, blah, blah, blah. Sounds to me like you just didn't want to go to a concert. No, I get it. I completely cold, dry air. She absolutely was. I mean, because her voice is now knackered. She goes out, she does a subpar show, which that audience doesn't like, and she blows her voice out for the next show. So canceling a show, possibly coming back around to do it again, versus bad show and then blowing out her voice for the next show that she might have to cancel. So I voice coaches and lemons say, hey, somebody knows their George Orwell. But I will say most of the good ones, if something happens, they add the date back and honor your and have your tickets honored. Most of the good ones will do that. The only time I've ever seen that not work out was I think Lollapalooza 2, because they used to do the Lollapalooza shows in September. They'd hit the Orlando area in September, and Lollapalooza. I went to the first one. It sprinkled it like it literally just the rain was mostly gone by the time it hit the ground, but the next time it was a deluge the night before, and they were talking about like the stage had sunk into the ground like 6 inches or something like that. So yeah, that was just, yeah, sorry. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking about things what I don't know and just say my voice was pretty clapped out on Sunday, and it's not great right now, but I will go on through Friday. I am not doing a live stream on Saturday. I know some of you guys like the late night live streams. Did I go to La La? No, not in Tinley Park, Illinois. I went to it in Barnett. Well, not was Barnett Park. It was the Orlando Fairgrounds or Orange County Fairgrounds in Orange County, Florida, is where I went to Lollapalooza. Well, I'll tell you this, working in a record store, and I was having this discussion with someone recently. Um, the first record store I worked in was a mom and pop. Then like that was for like 18 months. Then like the following Christmas, I I got a job at a mall record store. Now you think a mall record store. Take care, Bob. And thank you again for subbing. For doing your thing on Patreon and here on YouTube. I know Death Angels, and I look, brother, SEC, but y'all lost in the stupidest way possible. 15 yards, brother. Did you guys learn nothing from the shoe throwing incident? Granted, that was not Billy Napier and that was not the same player, but it seems endemic. So I need you guys to hang on for just a minute. I got to go help Mrs. the Dungeon Delver. This is kind of a thing. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back, everyone. All right. Thank you, guys. Yes, I got back just in time before Gonzalo could seize control of the stream. What's the first thing I would save in this image? Yes, I had to carry her briefcase. Anyway, so so I went from a mom and pop record store where all I ever listened to was Metallica and Pink Floyd if the boss was not in the store, to a corporate record store where I was the lowest man on the totem pole. I had no say in what we played. So for about 4 years, I was exposed to every variety of music, most of it pop music. But whatever our different bosses, our different store managers liked, got played the most of. And my last manager was a country music fan. So a lot of pop country music. But we played what was popular. So I listened to a lot of pop music. And I couldn't just organize the sections of the store that I wanted. All I could do was sit and listen. Now I rose up in enough authority that I could go grab, like if we had like if a label was pushing like classic rock remasters, like CBS or Warner, you know, they went through a remastering phase, and like, here's Van Halen 1, here's Led Zeppelin 1, here's Bad Company, blah, 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 blah. Later on in my tenure, I could be like, we're opening this and listening to this. But for the most part, I listened to so much music, and I had to get knowledgeable about so much music. I couldn't just focus. You're laughing, but that is Delver Hawking Jesus Jones albums. Yes, because that was the time that it was. I was at Florida Mall, Death Angels. I was at Florida Mall. Although we did have a store at Fashion Square. I never went up there and worked. I worked at the Sanford Mall, which is ironically, I helped set up the Music Land. I helped build out the Music Land and stock the shelves before that mall opened. That mall will be closed and demolished. That's weird. Push That Collective Soul. You know it, brother. That December. Love that song. So I had to listen to every kind of music. Yeah, Robert Phillips. Yeah. I had to listen and get knowledgeable about every kind of music. Getting out of that mom and pop record store and into a corporate record store made me a better music fan. And now, even at this stage in my life, when I can just listen to Johnny Cash and Led Zeppelin until my ears bleed, now and it started back then, I firmly believe that there is no bad music. Not every example of music is good, but there is no bad music. I can't say I love all rap music. I can't say I love all classical. I can't say I love all jazz. I can't say I love all new age, country, industrial, rock, metal, funk, soul. But there's every kind of music is good. Not every example of every kind of music, but every kind of music has something good in it. And I don't believe that, oh, you only listen to this, well, that's pedestrian. All right. During and after my tenure at Musicland, I would go into indie record stores. There was occasionally, rarely, there were imports that we couldn't get. Hands up, how many of you ever went into a record store in the 90s and saw that gargantuan metal bound book next to the cash register? Thin pages like a phone book, and every artist and every album and every genre was listed in there. There were catalog numbers in that book that we could reference through our own catalog and try and get those things. But our hands were sometimes tied on stuff. Like, I really wanted a copy of the industrial music soundtrack for Iron Man Tetsuo. Never did get it. But, I would go into indie shops. Are all RPGs empirically good? No. All RPGs are not empirically good. And I will go so far as to say not all RPG genres are empirically good. But every no, that's not fair. Many of the little mom and pop indie record stores I would go to, it would be, it's like, I would just go in, what's good in jazz? And, the jazz guy would come over and, he'd start in about this, that, and the other. And I would just test the waters. I'd say, well, I'm looking to replace my copy of Dave Brubeck's Take Five, or my copy of John Coltrane's A Love Supreme. And the amount of sneer, was just like, I would just think, dude, this is not the way. You don't draw people, if somebody comes in and says, I'm looking for X song because I really like Y genre, your first answer should not be, that's not real Y genre. You don't know what Y genre is. Let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. When I saw High Fidelity years after I had left working music retail, years after, so many independent record stores have Jack Black and the guy that looked like Moby. I can't remember the actor's name. It's not important. But yeah, it just like, it's like running a comic book store. I'm looking for a good comic book to get into. I like the Marvel movies. Should I start with Iron Man? And you sneer at them and tell them they don't know what good comics are, and you drag them over and you give them some fucking Alan Moore thing. It's about as interesting as watching paint dry. It's no bueno, man. So I learned to like all genres of music. Um, exactly. Exactly. Joe Kaufman, you got it. Be kind and open to other people's opinions. If somebody comes to me and says, I play 5E, what's great about 1E? The first words out of my mouth are not going to be 5E sucks. It's bad and you shouldn't play it. I might playfully tease people about that. But I'm not going to tell you what's bad about what you like. I'm going to tell you what's good about what I like. Orange is the best color to watch dry. Interesting. Why is that, Tolomicus? Tell me. And I just had that beaten into me working at the store. Because I wanted my boss to be happy. And how was my boss happy? When we made our days. When we would do $25,000 days, which today doesn't sound like a lot, but when somebody would come in and on my suggestion, walk out with 30 CDs or a bunch of laser discs or a bunch of videotapes. I've got to return some videotapes. Hey-o, Imperial Rambling. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? But it wasn't, telling you what's good about what you like, and you might like something in addition to it. Somebody coming into the store and then leaving empty-handed because I said, Dave Brubeck's not real jazz. They might mention that to my boss on the way out. And then guess what? I've got a vacuum that night. If you like Dave Brubeck, here's a remastered copy of Time Out. You also might like the Vangelis score, or do you like Vangelis's New Age stuff? I love his Blade Runner soundtrack. Well, you don't have that. They just released the full Vangelis Blade Runner soundtrack. Leaves with 2 CDs, or 3, or 4. It's mostly the same with TTRPGs for first edition. And that's fine, Gonzalo. I had to sell it. By the way, guys, Steve Albini didn't pass away. He changed his name and is living under an assumed identity, and it's Gonzalo. I bet. Gonzalo Albini. What happened? Ooh, lost comments bar for a second. So that's just the way I feel about that. And as far as TTRPGs go, there are some TTRPGs I see out there that literally, no, I don't. Steve Albini would write an article for a zine about what a douche he thought Gary Gygax was, but no, he wouldn't actually play D&D. Take care, Death Angels. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, Albini would write an article for Spin about like, you know, just the shit for brains, pig manure stomping Midwestern types who invented this game of murder and cash acquisition. You know, that would be Albini's take on D&D. I feel like any TTRPG really, he would be like, you know, why are you wasting your time doing this kind of thing. My CD copy has that, Damien. My very Saraband copy has that on it. I like jazz like Metallica. Do I have, is it over here? I keep that disc rattling around my office. I don't know if it's over here right now. I don't see it, and I'm not going digging for it because that way leads to broken stuff. But yeah, the Varys Saraband, if you can find it, has The Age Undreamed Of narration by Mako on it. I think I haven't listened to it the actual disc beginning to end, because I got YouTube and I can just say, you know, Anvil of Crom. Yes, it is, Rory. I'm excited about it. I like Stranger Things. But yeah, I think there's some stuff TTRPG related that doesn't mesh well with TTRPGs. I think there's stuff where it's like, you just had a weird traumatic story to tell and you thought you could give it mechanics and get other people to sit around and share in that trauma with you. That's not what I think of when I think of a role-playing game. I mean, to me, that's analogous to oh, that's a good question, Jeff. I'm gonna tack that and come back to it real quick. But to me, that's analogous to Look, there's not a music CD in here. There's some blank tablature and some guitar strings coiled in the case. What I would really like you to do is read this long letter about what a shit childhood I had, and then use the blank sides of the paper to write out what a shit childhood you had, and then the tablature to create your own songs about what a shit childhood you had, and then string your guitar and make your own album. That, I think, things like Nicotine Girls and Poisoned and Sorcerer and stuff like that are like that. Gonna go play Twilight 2000. Excellent. Excellent, Joe. Enjoy Twilight 2000. That sounds like fun. I mean, it is fun. I've played it before. So Jeff from Denkar says, what RPGs besides AD&D would I say I like despite their flaws? Well, original D&D. I'm sorry, please don't throw stuff at me. What do I? Oh, Hero System. Hero System is the worst. I love it. I adore Hero System. It is so hard to teach and to learn. It is not an easy RPG to play at all, but I love it. I do. I can't explain it. What's another one? Artel Saurian's Mechton. Mechton 2 plus MTS. Oh my God. Good luck building a mech and having a mech fight in that game. But I still, the aesthetic, the greebliness of it, I love it to pieces. Where else were you mistaken for John Popper as Rob Turner? Oh, what's another one that's bad but good? You have a harmonica, bandolier, and a sword king. I like Robotech because it lets you role play Macross, and the rule book is crammed full of studio new concept art for the Macross anime. But Kevin Simbeda's Palladium system makes me and any right thinking person break out in hives. I would say 1E and 2E are considered OSR or JAS. What else have I got here? Oh, here's one. I like D20 Star Wars. I know everybody prefers D6 Star Wars, which I have around here somewhere. I know everybody prefers D6 Star Wars. I like D20 Star Wars. I do. I think the D20 system works pretty well for it, actually. What else? That's really kind of it. I mean, anymore, I don't get out and play RPGs that I don't already know anymore. That's the cool thing, Rory. Nobody's into GURPS. Nobody plays GURPS. Everyone has GURPS source books, but nobody plays GURPS because their source books are incredibly detailed. What's my GURPS book I have over here? Because I have one. Hang on. Oh, maybe I don't have a GURPS source book anymore. Yeah, Jeff, I mean, that's it. That's it. The jank and lack of balance. Now, I'm going to say something. I don't understand why people have such a problem with the SDC and MDC. I don't. I mean, you can do SDC all day to a Valkyrie, to a tank, to the side of the SDF-1. You can do it with a pistol, ping, 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 ping. It's only ever just going to scratch the paint. It's never going to add up to anything that can damage it. And that's true in real life. Stand in front of an Abrams, wail away on that sucker with your 45. It's not going to do anything. Shoot it with an MDC weapon, an anti-tank missile. Now we have a problem. It seems pretty logical to me. Yeah, a damage conversion system. I mean, I just, you say SDC and MDC to people, and like they will roll their eyes so hard you can hear the click. That's the cool part. You don't. I don't get why people get up in arms over SDC and MDC. Yes, exactly. Now the tank fires its heat round at you, doing MDC to someone who's made of water and SDC, pop. Oh, that's a tough one, JAS. That is a tough one. So old TSR. Now by old TSR, I'm talking about 1990s TSR. The two things that I can think that like Gygax era TSR went after people for. Gary would sneer at and shit upon third-party products, but the Blooms would just be straight up like, nah, fam, see you in court. But I think they went after Judges Guild, and they went after damn it, I can picture their books in my head. Mayfair. TSR in the 1990s, when they opened their one baleful eye and glared out across this new communications boom that was going on, oh, they were not happy. On Prodigy, AOL, CompuServe, Quantum Link, anything that people were putting up in official D&D rooms, boards, threads, whatever they were called, anything that anyone put up, you could get a nasty message from TSR. And it could then get, like, the companies would then take it down, not realizing that this was a failing business of like 200 people located in Wisconsin. Yeah, they would absolutely just sue anyone at the drop of a hat. They became nicer by saying, okay, look, here's what we'll do. Because you got to understand, they tried to sue bulletin board system operators, BBS operators. Let's say I had a BBS called the Delver's Dungeon back in like 1990. They might send me a cease and desist letter for sharing netbooks, homemade netbooks. They gave this Godfather tier offer to people and said, okay, here's what you can do. We like creative people. We like it when you're creative. We like it that you like our games. If you want to create something for D&D, you have to host it on our AOL main or on our official TSR FTP site. That's where you can host it. That's where you can tell people they can come and find it at. But now tell me, boys and girls, tell me if this doesn't sound familiar to you. When you do that, it belongs to us. And if we decide we want it and want to sell it, tough titty. But that's the only legal outlet you've got. And if we catch you putting stuff out there, we will sue you. I mean, TSR tried to sue the phone company over BBSs, for God's sake. Kevin filed lawsuits like they were belt fed in a machine gun. Kevin sent cease and desist to universities because people were putting Palladium stuff on university FTP sites. Kevin would send his wife into Usenet news groups to disrupt discussion. I'm going to say, on the balance, TSR was probably worse because they were bigger in terms of what they could potentially do to you. In terms of disruptive behavior, I'm going to give it to I'm going to give it to Kevin. In terms of sheer disruptive behavior, I'll give it to Kevin. Yes, he did. He did do a bunch of JG art back in the day. Yeah, JAS 6 versus half dozen. But TSR is gone. TSR is gone, and Kevin's still around to make fun of for his attitude. Although this mess, I really should do a post-mortem deep dive on what happened with this. Less of an unboxing and more of an unpacking. So, but that will be some other day. We've got a great week ahead of us, folks. Please, 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 if you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. Hello, Doc. Goodbye, Doc. Yes, the whole rotten mess. But I'm gonna go eat some dinner now, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm glad you like the new startup music. It is placeholder. Something better is coming. Thank you all for being here. And hey, you know what? We might have to settle for generic classical music, but at least for the time being, we still have Owlbear. Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owlbear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.